Born on November 26, 1847, Our Lady Princess Dagmar of Denmark rose to prominence in Russian history, mostly due to her remarkable reign as Empress of Russia. Her marriage to Alexander I in 1881 cemented her ties to the illustrious Romanov dynasty and woven her destiny deeply into the fabric of Russian imperialism. She embodied a lineage of European aristocracy and brought a wealth of royal heritage to her role as the daughter of King Christian IX of Denmark and Louise of Hesse-Kassel. Dagmar's impact transcended mere titles. She devoted herself to charitable endeavors, embodying a strong sense of duty and adaptability to Russian customs and orthodoxy. Her benevolent actions left an indelible mark on Russia's social and cultural fabric, endearing her to the hearts of the Russian people. Amidst turbulent historical shifts, including the fall of the Romanov dynasty and the rise of the Soviet Union, Dagmar remained a steadfast and beloved figure, revered for her resilience and grace. Even in the face of personal tragedy, such as the tragic loss of her son and his family in 1918, Dagmar's enduring spirit continues to inspire reverence and admiration. Let us now delve into the extraordinary life of Maria Feodorovna and celebrate her enduring legacy. Dagmar was more attractive than she looked. She had splendid dark eyes which enthralled Princess Mary Adelaide of Cambridge, and her true beauty and expressive look attracted Nicholas Alexandrovich. Her remarkable looks and graceful form also impressed Thomas W. Knox. Her intelligence and adaptability were evident in her rapid mastery of the Russian language after marrying into the Russian royal family, despite initially being unfamiliar with it. Queen Victoria recognized her sharp mind, considering her even more intellectually gifted than her sister Alexandra. Dagmar's sense of style was not only fashionable but also celebrated, as she was hailed as the best-dressed woman in Europe by John Logan. Parisian couturier Charles Frederick Worth was particularly enamored with her inspiring fashion sense. Her charming and amiable nature endeared her to many, including Thomas W. Knox and Maria von Bock, who appreciated her simplicity and natural grace. Known for her personal touch and ability to remember faces and names, Dagmar left a lasting impression on all those she encountered. Princess Marie Sophie Friederike Dagmar, later known as Maria Feodorovna, entered the world on November 26, 1847, at the Yellow Mansion near Copenhagen's Amalienborg Palace. She was the second daughter of Prince Christian of Schleswig-Holstein-Sonderburg-Glucksburg and Princess Louise of Hesse-Kassel. Initially baptized in the Lutheran faith, she was christened Dagmar, a name inspired by illustrious Danish queens. Upon her union with the future Emperor Alexander III of Russia, she embraced the title Maria Feodorovna and converted to Orthodoxy in 1866. Despite her royal lineage, Dagmar experienced a humble upbringing, living a modest life by royal standards and placing great emphasis on civic duties and royal obligations. Her strong bond with her elder sister, Alexandra, was evident as they shared not just a room but also a comprehensive education, including lessons in household management, the arts, languages, and surprisingly, sports and swimming, which were unconventional for the era. Dagmar's sharp intellect and artistic flair distinguished her early on. Her father, King Christian IX, who assumed the Danish throne in 1863, strategically arranged marriages for his children, earning him the moniker Father-in-law of Europe. This strategic approach led to prominent positions for Dagmar's siblings across Europe, with her sister Alexandra marrying the future King Edward VII of the United Kingdom, her brother Wilhelm ascending to King George I of Greece, and another sister, Thyra, becoming the Duchess of Cumberland. Dagmar's upbringing, education, and familial connections not only molded her character but also laid the groundwork for her influential role as Maria Feodorovna in the annals of Russian history. However, tragedy struck unexpectedly, casting a shadow over the seemingly peaceful times. The passing of Nicholas deeply impacted Dagmar, leaving her in profound sorrow that was so intense that Nicholas' parents had to physically separate her from his body. This heartbreaking experience raised concerns among her relatives about her emotional well-being upon her return to Denmark. Despite the overwhelming grief, Dagmar's strong emotional connection to Russia remained unwavering. She often contemplated the vastness of the nation that would become her new home, reflecting on her future amidst the sorrow. Her sorrowful state evoked sympathy from many, including Princess Mary Adelaide of Cambridge, who expressed her condolences for Dagmar's pain and the darkness that enveloped her life. Queen Victoria also acknowledged the immense tragedy, recognizing the profound loss not only for Dagmar but also for Nicholas' grieving parents and his fiancée. This period marked a significant and sorrowful chapter in Dagmar's life, deepening her bond with Russia and its people even in the midst of her grief, setting the stage for her enduring legacy as Maria Feodorovna. Princess Dagmar was highly esteemed by Maria Alexandrovna, who envisioned her as a suitable match for the newly designated heir, Tsarevich Alexander. Although initially hesitant due to her grief for Nicholas and Alexander's prior romantic involvements, both eventually embraced the idea. Alexander I expressed his desire for Dagmar to remain a part of their family, while Maria encouraged her swift relocation to Russia. In June 1866, Tsarevich Alexander traveled to Copenhagen, where a heartfelt moment over photographs of Nicholas led to his proposal to Dagmar, which she accepted with equal affection. Their engagement was publicly announced later that month at Fredensborg Palace, marking the beginning of their shared excitement for their forthcoming marriage. Dagmar bid farewell to Copenhagen in September 1866 amidst joyful celebrations, including a poignant farewell with Hans Christian Andersen. Upon her arrival in Russia, Dagmar received a warm reception and seamlessly adapted to her new life, embracing orthodoxy and assuming the title of Grand Duchess Maria Feodorovna. Their grand wedding ceremony took place in November, with her brother representing her family. Maria and Alexander settled in the Annikov Palace in St. Petersburg, where their marriage flourished, earning admiration for their unwavering devotion to each other. Despite initial apprehensions from Queen Victoria about Russia, she eventually expressed positive sentiments about Maria and Alexander's union, reflecting the widespread approval and goodwill surrounding their marriage. Their first child, Nicholas, later known as Nicholas II, was born in 1868, followed by several more children, bringing joy to the imperial family. Maria formed a close bond with her son George while maintaining a somewhat distant relationship with her daughters. Each new addition to the family was celebrated, highlighting the blend of happiness and personal dynamics within the royal household. Despite the heartbreaking loss of their son Alexander to meningitis in infancy, Maria and Alexander were blessed with 4 children who grew into adulthood: George, born in 1871, Xenia, born in 1875, Michael, born in 1878, and Olga, born in 1882. Maria's affectionate and protective nature was evident in her interactions with her sons, especially George, whom she doted on and rarely disciplined for his mischievous behavior. In contrast, Maria's connection with her daughters remained more reserved, although Olga and Michael had a closer relationship with their father. This parenting approach reflected Maria's unique style and the individual dynamics she shared with each child. As the wife of the heir apparent Alexander, Maria Feodorovna often fulfilled the role of the First Lady at the Russian court due to her mother-in-law's frail health. Initially met with skepticism by some Russians due to her engagement to Alexander following his brother's death, Maria quickly won over the public through her genuine efforts to learn Russian and immerse herself in the culture, earning lasting popularity and admiration. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Maria Feodorovna. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Luxury Life Report for more captivating stories of influential figures and historical legacies. Stay tuned for our next exploration into the world of luxury history and inspiration. Like, subscribe, and stay connected for more content.